This guy's camouflage was so good I almost didn't see him. A leopard frog here, as you can see. Pretty cool, huh? A leopard frog fella for the morning to start us out with. Alright, so what a perfect way to start today's reptile quest. I found me a little Echistrodon piscivorus. That's right, not contortrix, piscivorus. Which, of course, is known as the the cottonmouth. Ooh, and he's noticed me. Look at him. Little fellow. Oh, he's pretty, too. He's like, uh-oh, what's going on? See, where'd he go? Dang it. Alright, so it's important to note that where I found him is pretty tall grass. And even though, I'm not, afraid of venomous snakes, I am aware of what they can do, and I'm not stupid with them. So what I've got to do is get myself a little stick here and see if I can find him and get a better look, but not in a dumb way. You know what I mean? Old boy just disappeared. He really did, like in a split second. And I'm sure he disappeared probably into this pile right here, which, can't really see him though. I'm gonna go around and check out the other side. Like I say, I just don't want to be dumb and walk into tall grass with a decent-sized cottonmouth, because he was pretty good size. Oh well, you can't always catch them all. They ain't Pokemon after all. But the first and foremost important thing is staying safe and not taking a bite from a venomous snake, right? Broad-banded water snake just disappeared into that water. Couldn't quite catch up with him, but pretty cool. He was a pretty good size too. Whoop! Things buzzing around my head. The only thing to surpass the heat in this swamp is the incredibly high humidity level. I'd be surprised if it wasn't damn near 100% humidity out here. Well, just missed another broad-banded water snake. Going into the water here, Rhodia fasciata confluens. We see them all the time, but they're awesome, and I love filming them. Just wonder if there's any in this tree here. That would be a pretty good spot for them, honestly. Out there on those branches would be perfect. But you know, anyway, he took off into the water there. Let's keep on walking around, see if we can find anything else around here. And there's just frogs everywhere today, which is actually pretty good because that means we may see, you know, which I actually already have seen, were water snakes and cottonmouths, because you know they do enjoy them some froggies. Keep on missing these bronze-banded water snakes today. What's the deal? Play some real heat out here. No joke. Let's see if we got anything under here. No, nothing under here at all. No. Let's see. How about if we walk a little bit and saw a lizard run off, but I'm not super concerned with that. That is stuck in there as good as it could be. I think I recalled that from before, trying to rustle it loose. I can tell this is rotten and stuck in there like crazy because this is usually covered with water. All this is normally water where we are right now. So, and it's something that's underwater for such an elongated period of time, what you're gonna have is super high humidity right there at the ground level. So, no telling what kind of animals we might find over here. Right after I say that. No time. Like, for instance, Echistrodon contortrix. Nice little baby copperhead right here. Look at this beauty. Little fellow. Looking little feller. Let's see. Oh, hi little guy. Hi little fellow. Look, I'm stretched out there, see? If you look at my hand here, it's the size of this guy. Just got a little shaft of something at my finger now. Oh, get away from me, bug. Nice little bugger. Oh, fellow. You're not mean, are you? No. You're not a mean fellow. He's like, no, but I don't want you touching me. It's okay, fellow. It's okay. Okay, I'm not gonna mess around with him too much because I don't really want to push my luck. But again, you know, these guys, Echistrodon contortrix, which is known as the southern copperhead. Let's see. Yeah, he's still got a little bit of green there on his little caudal lure. He's pretty young. He is maybe a foot, but he's such a little beaut. You know, this guy's such a little beaut. So they do have hemotoxic venom, as you've definitely heard before if you're a regular watcher of this channel. But if not, you know, here it goes. They do have hemotoxic venom. These guys are pit vipers. They had live young, you know, so they're live bears. They do not lay eggs. They eat, at this size, they're going to eat insects and things like that. Maybe small frogs. Have to be a pretty small frog, but there are lots of really tiny frogs out here. And anyway, they will grow up and eat, you know,
frogs, rodents, lizards, things like that. However, they do not really completely ever stop eating insects. So they will eat grubs and other things like that if they find them, even when they're a little bit larger. So anyhow, I am quite close to our little pal here. My boot's about 8 inches away from him. He's not chasing me. He's not chasing me. They don't chase you. You know, I've even petted him and he didn't have a problem with that. He didn't want to be picked up though. I went to pick him up and he said no. He started turning around like, hey, please don't do that. And, you know, I respected him. I didn't do it. But anyway, you know, I just love these guys. I mean, pit vipers are just so awesome, but I mean, this guy's just so beautiful. He's just such a light tan, beautiful little snake. You know, I'm sure if he was in the full sunlight, he would have more impressive color, but we're not gonna mess with him too bad. We're not gonna take him out too far so that we can see that. We can see plenty of them right here, so. But again, I just love these fellas. They're just so awesome. You know, and that is probably our 6th or 7th snake today, but this is the first one that I could get really close up with. He is a very beautiful snake. Let's see, I'm gonna take this stick here, and look, he's not gonna go crazy on me. I'm just gonna move his head a little bit. Move his head, you're fine. And then I'll just pet him here, and he's fine. See, as soon as I started gripping, he turned around. See, he wasn't concerned with me petting him or touching. Anyway, but of course, now, as I've said before, and again, you know, if you're a first-time viewer, don't go trying to pet, you know, pit vipers. This is something that that I am capable of doing because I'm reading his, or its, because I don't know if it's a male or female, honestly. But I'm careful. I'm capable of reading its body language quite well, and I just really love these. I really love these reptiles, these snakes, and specifically this particular Echistrodon contortrix. Oh, I love them. You know, and the deal is there's definitely a risk involved. There are risks involved, you know, because the hemotoxic venom, you know, they bite you. It's going to be extremely painful. It's going to swell up the bite site. It's going to swell up. It's going to cause nausea. Sometimes it'll cause difficulty breathing. Your breathing could even stop. You might lose a finger, you know, or something like that. So it's not without its consequences. It's just, you know, so when you see me doing this, I'm not doing this because nothing bad could possibly happen. I'm doing this because though I understand the risk, I know what I can do without putting myself in unnecessary danger. And that's, like I say, it doesn't mean that it can't happen. That doesn't mean that I won't get bitten, because I could. But I'm taking the risk, and it is my risk. It's my risk. You know, I mean, if you don't want to go to the hospital and lose a finger or possibly even your life, then, you know, don't play around with pit vipers, because how do you know if you're allergic? That's something that some people, or actually a lot of people, really don't talk about a lot when it comes to venomous snakes, is what if you're allergic? Even a small amount of venom could be very serious to someone who's allergic. I mean, if you get, say, if you got a hognose envenomation, which is, one thing, highly unlikely, but number two, incredibly mild. They wouldn't be so prevalent in the pet industry if it wasn't so incredibly mild. But still, if you're allergic, it could be semi-serious. I mean, you might not lose your life, but it's going to definitely, obviously, be a lot more serious than for someone who is not allergic, which it would cause nothing but a little bit of itching, maybe. So anyway, those are things to consider. Leave it to the pros, or leave it to the bow. Let's go ahead and put our fellow's log back. And he can go right back there anytime he wants. Later, dude. Have a good day. Here, let me just make you go back under your log, little feller. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. All right. And he's nice and secure. Can't even see him from the other side. Don't want any mean old birds to get him. So from time to time, I do see this broad-headed skink that lives, you know, in this tree most of the time.
It took a long time before I actually was able to find out what it was, because I would just see him for a second, and then he was gone. I said, "What's that?" That's a large lizard of some sort, or possibly a salamander. I was like, why would a salamander be in a tree though? But who knows? And I was like, but then, you know, one day I finally did see him, and it was amazing. It wasn't too long ago, actually. And anyhow, now I just make sure I search the area just in case he's still living around that particular vicinity.
And here we go. This guy is like fresh out of the water too. What's up, fellow? I think this is, no, he's a little bit smaller than the one I found last time. But he's a beaut. Little fellow, little Neurodia fasciata confluens here. I love these guys. They're awesome. This is, of course, non-venomous. These guys are fish eaters and, you know, minnows, frogs, things like that. Well, he wasn't having any of that. Watch him. So he's gonna go. Oh, and he just disappeared right into that hole. That's all right, though. We're just gonna let him go wherever the heck he went to, because he probably just is in that water right there. Of course, I can't see him. Let's go see on the other side, see if we can see him by chance. No. Oh well, it's no big deal. We saw him pretty well. I knew I had to see at least one of those down here while I'm down here, because I always see a minimum of at least one broad-banded water snake when I'm in this particular area. As soon as I touched him though, he was gone. He said, "I'm having no part of this," and he just bolted. He's like, "Nope, nope, nope. You can look but no touch. Bye-bye." And he was out of there. That was funny.